Hey, greetings from Texas. Kind of busy in the kitchen today. Just made some rye sandwich bread there. Okay, so we're gonna make teriyaki sauce. This is my twist on a Japanese style. And let me show you what you're gonna need. And if you make your own teriyaki sauce, it's about a quarter of the cost of the store-bought stuff. So obviously you're going to need soy sauce. Doesn't really matter what brand you use, just make sure it's naturally brewed. That's the best kind of soy sauce. I use all Japanese products. Kikkoman. Next you're going to need mirin. Okay, that's kind of a real cheap Japanese, but it's a sweet cooking wine that kind of adds a glossiness to your sauce and will help thicken it up. And then you need, for real teriyaki, sake. Now you don't have to use an expensive brand. It's just like a cooking wine. They make cooking sake, which is only about $3 or $4 a bottle. Or you can use the Chinese cooking wine. Okay. I'd like to add just a splash of rice vinegar to add some tartness. And for the sweet, you normally add, a lot of people add sugar. I use dark brown sugar, the molasses, and then half honey instead of using all sugar. The honey will also, this is wildflower honey, will help thicken your sauce up. For seasoning, we're going to do onion powder. We have fresh ginger and garlic. And to kick it up, add a little heat. I normally add red chili flakes, but we have a lot of peppers from our garden, so we're going to add that to it just to give it a little kick. And then kind of just a little bit of texture. We're going to toss in some sesame seeds. All right, the basic ratio is 2 to 1 with the mirin and the sake. So we're going to use a cup of soy sauce, so it's going to be a half a cup of sake, half a cup of mirin, and then you're going to add usually if you have 2 cups of liquid, you're going to use a half a cup of some type of sugar, but we're going to use a quarter cup each of the brown sugar and the wildflower honey. All right, so let's prep some of this stuff up so you can see what's going on. Okay, we're going to prep the garlic and the pepper and the ginger. I'm going to strain this after I reduce it down, so you really don't have to get real fancy. You want to just flavor that teriyaki sauce. The garlic, just give it a good smash. And get all those oils out. For these peppers, a little trick I do is I don't want it super hot, so we're going to take some of the heat out by removing the seeds. And if you just roll that, oops. That helps you get a lot of that seed out. And we're going to need about half of that. Again, we're going to strain it, and that'll give us enough heat to kick it up a notch. Okay, so let's put everything together. Let's just take that stuff, put it in there. Next is our soy sauce. So you want a cup of that. Next is going to be our mirin. Want a half a cup of that. our sake, half a cup of that. Had to make sure it wasn't bad. Okay, we're going to add about a teaspoon of onion powder. We're going to do a quarter cup of wildflower honey. And then we're going to do a quarter cup of dark brown sugar. Just kind of guesstimate. Looks like about a quarter cup. Okay, then we're going to take about a teaspoon of sesame seeds. All right, let's take it to the stovetop. Okay, over here I just have an induction cooker. Love that thing. Anyway, we have a jar, a funnel, and a strainer for when it's done. So let's power up. Oh, I forgot a splash of the rice wine vinegar. If you don't have one of these induction cookers, you got to get one. I love it. I can take it. It's portable. I could take it anywhere. If I got multiple things, I have a small kitchen here at the ranch. It just comes in useful. If you have an RV, it's fantastic. But I like the heat control you get from it. Okay, things are starting to move around in the pan. You got to be careful. You don't want to boil over. And again, I like to saute this for a longer period of time to leach out as much flavor from the ginger and the garlic that you can. Okay, we're starting to develop a simmer, so we're going to turn this down. And that's the one thing I like about these induction is the instant heat control. So it looks like we're going to have to go all the way down to 1. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. Now, if you reduce this too much, it's going to end up being a glaze, not so much a sauce. So what we're looking for is it going to coat the back of the spoon. Okay, it's kind of getting there. We're going to let it go for another 5 minutes. Okay, we're back. I actually let it go another 10 minutes. And here you can see, hopefully, that it's coating the spoon. And I don't want it any thicker. I don't want a glaze. I want a sauce and marinade. So we're going to call it. Oh, taste testing. Oh, that's good. You could really taste that ginger and garlic coming through. Actually, I found my canning funnel, which will work a lot better. Okay, if you've ever poured anything from a saucepan, you'll know that most of it ends up rolling down the side of the pan. So what I'm going to do is use this ladle. I'm not in a hurry. You can see it coating the pan and the spoon. All right, well, that's all hot. So let's go ahead and put our lid on. And as that thing cools, it should seal itself. Okay, well, there you go. Homemade teriyaki sauce. Save money, and it's real easy to do.